Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is Leah Ray with Digital Trailblazer, and we are talking consistency. How do you make consistent sales in your business? I'm going to lay it out because the reality is if you are making sales, congrats. However, if you're randomly making a sale here or a sale there, that's not life-changing income. That's not going to change your situation. You're still going to have to go to a work or another business or another job, something to have revenue coming in to live off of. You're not going to be able to make any investments. You're not going to be able to do any of that awesome, cool, fun stuff because you don't have consistent revenue that you can count on. So we're going to fix that today. I'm going to lay out how do you have consistent revenue that you can count on. As you jump on, say hello. Let me know you are here. We'll have I love the little friendly competition between all the different platforms because I'm live on YouTube, on TikTok, on our Facebook group, on Facebook business page, on Facebook profile, on other places I can't remember, LinkedIn, Twitter, which, yeah, cool, huh? Like who's live on Twitter? Apparently me. So as you are jumping on, let me know you are here. Let's get lots of comments, lots of engagement here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so that everyone who needs this information is going to be able to see it. Okay, watching in the Facebook group. Hey, Kimberly, welcome. All right, awesome. Okay, we got Charlie. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Okay, so consistent sales. There are some massive pitfalls and some big challenges that people fall into when it comes to making consistent sales. Their initial thing, oh no, that's not what I want to do. Where did that comment even come from? I don't even know. Facebook does weird stuff sometimes. All right, I do have some giveaways. Sorry. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, let me know I got some gifts for you. So if you want our brand new, the Todd just created this, so it's really good. It's brand new. You haven't seen it yet. Type in APPT, appointment, APPT, okay, for our brand new high ticket coaching client appointment setters PDF guide. You want this, and we're going to discuss a bit more why later in this conversation, but you absolutely want this. So type in appointment, APPT, the abbreviation for appointment. And if at any time tonight you're like, this sounds really good, however, I'm gonna need some help with how to actually do this, no worries. Let's just chat, see what's going on, see how we can help you out. Type in info and we can have that nice, friendly conversation. So, and if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube, there's links for this stuff because y'all are different platforms and not as comment friendly, if you will. So, all right, diving in. One, consistent sales. So a lot of people who are getting started, they're just launching their coaching business and they're just looking for that first sale. Like if I could just get one or two sales, right? Well, one or two sales can be a fluke. One or two sales doesn't mean you have a successful business. It means that you made a couple sales, and it's not going to change your life. It's not going to set things up. So we need to take a look at how you're setting yourself up so you have consistent revenue coming through the door, which means that every month you're making $10,000, you're making $20,000. I'm going to set up this conversation with thinking that your goal is $20,000 a month because that's a really great, solid goal. And that's what we focus on for a lot of our clients and getting them to that number. So I think it makes sense. If you've got a different number, which is your consistent number that you just want to hit month in and month out, put that in the comments. Share. Let me know. Okay. If you are making one or two sales, that means you somehow connected with someone that resonated with your offer and they ended up purchasing. This does not test or prove what you've set up or created is working. Okay, if you only done one or two sales, to consistently be generating a lot of revenue every month. So if you want to make $20,000 a month, that means you're consistently making sales. I'm assuming now if you're watching from maybe TikTok where this is really random and it just shows up and you don't know what I'm about or anything like that, that's okay. But we typically focus on high ticket. So typically something $2,000 or above. Okay, so maybe this is a $2,500 offer. You're getting started lower, $2,500, and with the goal to get it to $5,000 or higher later. Okay, so if we imagine you've got a $2,500, $2,500 in America, I don't know. Who says that 2,500? I know Americans do. Apparently, when I've talked to people from other countries, though, they get really confused by that. Maybe other people don't talk like that, but Americans, 2,500, also known as 2,500. I don't know why we do it, but we do. Anyway, if that's your price point starting and you want to make at $10,000 a month, that's 4 sales. If you want to make $20,000 a month, that's 8 sales. If you're making 8 sales a month, that means you've got stuff dialed in, that your process, your systems, what you're doing is working and it's proven. Then you can start to scale and go past and go beyond, right? But getting to $20,000 a month consistently, ooh, that's life changing, right? When you know you can count on $20,000 coming into your business, what would that change? Are you quitting your job? I want to hear in the comments because this is the fun part, right? Are you quitting your job? Are you, or we say firing your boss? We have a whole video of Todd doing that. It's really fun. Firing your boss, right? Are you starting your nonprofit? Are you building your team? Are you bringing on team members? Are you doing like what happens when you hit $20,000 a month consistently? Okay. Now, your systems first must be dialed in. If you don't know how to generate a lead or to convert that lead into a sale, it's never going to be consistent, no matter any of other factors. Right? My dog is scratching his ear like right next to my door and it's vibrating all weird, like whatever. Okay. But you need to have systems for lead gen and for sales. So what could this be? If you're like, I've heard those terms, I don't really know what that means for me or how I do that. Again, type in info, we'll chat, see how we can help you with this. But let's just talk basics. Okay. Like a basic funnel. You need a funnel that generates leads. So you're giving away something for free in exchange for people's contact information. Free lead magnet, free PDF guide, free video training, free audio meditation, free something. Okay. Free template. Oh, we have Trello boards we use. They work really good. Free Trello board. Okay. Something of value that people would probably pay a couple bucks for, but you're going to give it away for free in exchange for their contact information. This is part of the basic entry point into a funnel. Okay. Giving away freebies to collect the leads. Now, if you're like, well, I don't like freebie seekers, I don't want to do this. Okay. We got to talk some basics about internet marketing. We're talking at the top of the funnel. This needs to be broad and wide. You're casting a big net and you want to catch as many people as possible in the top of the funnel. And then your systems and processes, oh, thank you, Sarah. Your systems and processes will whittle that down. Okay. So big and wide on the top, and then we narrow this down through our systems, through our funnels, down to making purchasing decisions, bringing on clients. So you've got your big wide cast of freebies. You're throwing that net, you're opening it up, you're allowing people to get your freebies, and then you're getting them into your systems, your process. So they opt in. Now, if you don't have a system, this is a problem. You need a system for this. If you want to make it consistent, $20,000 a month, and you don't have a system for funnels, you don't have a system for emails, you don't have a system for scheduling, you don't have a system for posting. If you don't have a system to cover these things, you're not going to be making a consistent $20,000 a month. You're not, because it has to be reliable. And if you are manually doing everything crazy like, and maybe I've heard of people who've like hit it one time, or like one time they made $20,000 in a month, but it was only because they got some referral from some person who had a very audience who sent them a bunch of people, and everything was manually and they didn't have systems. Well, there's no way that that's repeatable, right? That's like, yay, happy birthday, but that's not a business model. If you want a business that's making $20,000 a month, get your systems in place now so you can get everything lined up in place and start to consistently generate revenue. So I'm getting weird. TikTok has the weirdest comments, guys. If you ever want to watch this, compare the comments, join the Facebook group where our peeps are. Like, these are our people who really know us and write out, like, we got all the awesome comments in our Facebook group. And then we got weird stuff always going on in TikTok. Different crowd. Okay. So you need some systems. If you don't have systems, go to convertpoint.io. Convertpoint.io. Okay. That's our system. And we got some really great templates in there we can get you hooked up with because you're one of our peoples. But you need a system, point blank. Okay. So you need to be able to generate the lead. And then once that lead is generated, you need to have a process to follow up with them. So this should be, email. Okay. But the reality is, if you're only following up with people in email, you're missing a ton of potential sales because, okay, How many emails do you personally get a day? How many do you read? Now, imagine you spent the weekend poking around on Facebook for stuff, exploring things like what you do. So maybe someone's curious, they're tiptoeing around, exploring what it would be like to get a coach to help them lose weight, or to help them with their relationship with their children, or to help them with their business. And so they're tiptoeing around, and so they're opting into a bunch of stuff. Well, they spent the weekend poking around on things and getting on everyone's list, and now they got like a bajillion emails sitting there for them. Don't rely solely on email. Yes, you need email. It's basic. You absolutely have to have it. That's the ground floor, bare minimum for follow-up. You want to make more sales, you put more systems and processes in place to get a better ROI, to get more stuff going on. So yeah, you should be doing email. Yeah, you should be doing text message. I just had a sales call with a wonderful lady today who really who's getting stuff together to join our program. And she said that text message, it's been huge for her that we text message, because it can keep her organized, because she's got a little baby, she's doing all these kind of things, and she's so scattered, and boom, the text message, right? It resonates, it hits her, because it's not one in a million emails. So text message is great. Hey, guess what? A Facebook group is super powerful. So that's where I am tonight, in my Facebook group live. Love it on my groupies, right? My people who are in my group. If you are my people, you should be in my group, because they get the best stuff. They get all the freebies first, the new stuff we publish. Everything is preferential to people in our group. We're even testing some stuff right now in the group. There's a poll. If you guys haven't found the poll in the group yet, you should find the poll in the group and vote, because you could shape what freebies we end up giving away next. So you should definitely join our group. But why? Like, why should you have a group? Well, number one, it allows for one-to-many. So we can have a conversation. So Salwa or Shauna or Brian or Tasha, they're here with me, and I can have a conversation. We can kind of talk together, and it's one-to-many, not one-to-one. So I'm not in Messenger messaging a bunch of people individually. I'm going one-to-many, serving and reaching a lot of people, and then getting them to take the next step, but giving value. Because I think of your Facebook group as like a Jiffy Pop. Okay, talking old school. If you're young, you might not know what this is, but a Jiffy Pop, one of those old-fashioned aluminum foil Jiffy Pop things it's got the popcorn in it, and it's shaped kind of like a pie pan, and there's like a metal handle on it, and you put it on the stove top, or you put it over the campfire, and it's heating the kernels until it gets hot enough that they finally start popping. Pop, 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 right? You make popcorn, and it expands, it gets bigger. That's a Jiffy Pop. Your group is your Jiffy Pop. Maya says, or Mia, sorry, is it Mia or Maya? Mia says, best popcorn back then, 100%. So if your group is your Jiffy Pop, a container, right? That's where you're applying heat slowly over time. So all y'all in my group are getting my best stuff, because you're my peoples. And even if you're not ready to get our help today to help you build your business, you're not buying anything, you're not whatever, that's cool. Guess what? I'm going to still love on you. And maybe someday when you're ready and you're ready to get a coach, hey, guess who you're going to? Me, right? Because I've slowly applied heat over time. So when you're ready to pop, right? So that's what you need to be doing with your leads. So not just an email, but get them into a group, Facebook, text message follow-up. You need to be following up, and you need to get to the point that hey, if you want consistent traffic, if I send 100 leads through my system, I'm making 1 to 5 sales. You got to be able to know those things, because that's how you get consistency. That's how you know, hey, if I know I'm getting a sale for every 100 leads, or I'm getting 2 or 3 sales for every 100 leads, I know how many leads I need to get to reach my financial goals, right? And then you can back that up and say, okay, now we got to create traffic. But until we have a system that actually converts people into sales, like, the traffic piece doesn't matter yet. You need your system dialed in to convert. If your system isn't converting, traffic doesn't matter, right? You need a converting system. Yay, I can post my viral post tomorrow. Good. Get things moving. Yes, Christine, get them moving. 100%. They still sell them. I know we have them. We get them for the kids when we go camping. It's a fun thing. Okay. So funnels, systems, follow up. Absolutely required for consistency. Otherwise, it's random. You can get random sales if you have a great offer with a great marketing message, but you got crappy systems. That or no systems, more likely. And that just then you're randomly talking to someone who wants to buy and you can pop a sale. Or you get referral from someone and you can pop a sale. Okay. Referral traffic is fabulous. It's because they come to you already ready to make a purchasing decision, right? It's great. So, yes, take those sales, but don't think that you got yourself figured out, like your business is on par because you're getting those kinds of sales. That does not mean your marketing is dialed in. That does not mean your systems are working. Okay. You need to be able to say, okay, I can generate 100 leads and I'm going to make 2 sales. Okay. Whatever that is. You need to have your systems. So, what systems do all y'all have or are you working on? Because you need it on point in order for this to work. Okay. So 100% get those systems dialed in. Okay. And we have in our business, and what we teach our clients is a multiple pronged approach. So we drive traffic, like one stream of traffic's coming in, and then we're pushing that traffic through multiple funnels, multiple processes and systems for follow up to get them warmed up. Because if I rely on one of them, only one of those processes, I'm going to leave money on the table. I'm going to leave people without help. The people who are needing it, who are poking around looking for help, are going to get left behind. So when we take that one stream of traffic and we're putting them into this funnel and this process here and this process here, and they're going through all 3 of those things simultaneously, the chances of them actually getting on a sales call and purchasing are way higher, way higher. So absolutely make that happen. All right. Absolutely. So, good. So Kimberly's working on funnels. Christy's working on funnels. Good. But funnels is a really generic term. It's all a funnel. Okay. So what does that look like? Are you a Facebook group funnel? Are you using VSL funnel? Are you like, what's your funnel? Challenge funnel. Again, if you want our brand new appointment setting, high ticket coaching client appointment setters PDF guide, type in appointment APPT. I should have capitalized APPT. I realized that afterwards, but I had already hit enter, and so I can't fix it now. And type in info if you're like, oh, I'm going to need some more help with this. I like it, but I don't get it totally. I'm going to need some help. Just type in info. We'll chat, see how what's going on, see how we can help you out. Okay. So the first half of this equation is your systems dialed in. I hope I've hit that enough that you get it. Okay. Dialed in systems, lead generation systems / funnels, right? And sales funnels or sales systems that can convert those leads into actual purchases. Both of those things need to be happening. Once those things are happening, then let's talk about what the precursor to all of that, to making everything work, is traffic. Okay. Traffic. You absolutely need traffic. Okay. Now, traffic can come in many forms. And a lot of people who get started in the coaching space are unfortunately going for the Facebook hustle method, meaning the prospecting message on Facebook, where you're just talking to a whole bunch of people who may or may not be interested and trying to get them booked into a sales call. Okay. I don't particularly like this. Even if you don't have the funds to do paid traffic, you should be using some systems so that you're not, shooting in the dark, if you will, and you're actually nurturing and getting your audience built and doing some additional things. But if you are networking to grow, that's hard to get consistent revenue. People who've built their businesses successfully with prospecting, with networking, okay, they are someone on TikTok. They've never made money. We have a 7-figure business, honey, but good luck to y'all. And never mind. Bless you. Okay. So you need to have prospecting traffic is really hard because it takes so much time. It is really, really time intensive and people burn out. So they work really, really hard and they spend 6, 8, 10 hours a day on Facebook because they're like, oh, I really, really want a sale or I really, really need money. And so they're doing it, but they burn out because how many days can you spend on Messenger for umpteen hours a day? Until you're like, oh, I can't do this anymore. It sucks. Right. And then they burn out and go the sales. No one's filling in the pipeline. Okay. No one's filling in the pipeline. So, absolutely, if you are relying on just organic, consistency is going to be hard because you're human and it's hard to keep that level of consistency. Right. So, other forms of traffic that allow you to actually have success. Okay. That allow you consistent traffic, consistent success. Content marketing. Hey, what am I doing right now? Content marketing, right? I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Twitter, I'm on, I don't know, some other platforms that I can't remember, several versions of Facebook. Content marketing, okay? That's great. We've had YouTube videos that we created years ago generate leads, generate sales years later, right? Like we shot one video. Thanks for the love. We shot one video and it generates sales and leads for a very long time afterwards. That's the cool part of content marketing. It can do that. It can be very, very leveraged. I highly suggest it. Now, if you're starting from scratch, I don't suggest only content marketing by itself because it is a long-term strategy. It is not typically something that you can count on going fast. Okay. It can count on going fast. It is something that takes time, and sometimes it's 6 months, sometimes it's a year. It can be even longer. So I love content marketing, and you should be doing it. But if you want to make revenue, if you want to start generating sales, generating leads, then in addition to content marketing, paid traffic. Okay. We love paid traffic. And even for someone, like if you look at our social media, we've got a pretty, I mean, in my mind, it's a small following, a small but loyal group of awesome folks. However, in the grand scheme of things, it's small compared to like some of the big YouTube channels. Like on YouTube, I think we've got like 25,000. Instagram is like 33. Twitter is like 60 or 70,000. I don't know, Facebook, what you are. And our group is like 8,000. So we have an audience, but in order to generate about the amount of leads that we truly want to hit, we're absolutely leveraging paid ads because we can turn it on, we can turn it off, we can turn it up, we can turn it down. Like we're going to go on, vacations coming up or whatever, holiday weekend, Christmas time, whatever. We can just turn off our ads, right? We want to ramp up. We've got some really big goals. We want to generate a bunch more leads. Hey, let's crank that baby up a little bit. Okay. So I love paid traffic. We very, very much leverage Facebook. Yeah, and I say Facebook because I'm old school. We've been doing this a long time. Facebook really meaning Meta at this point, which is a combination of Facebook and Instagram. Okay. So absolutely. Paul McDonald. Oh, thank you, Paul. Okay. So, all right. So, you Meta, Facebook / Instagram, great traffic strategy. Yes, YouTube ads work. Yes, Google ads can work. However, and people are getting excited about LinkedIn and TikTok. I'm not saying those things don't work. What I am saying is Facebook has so much data on everybody. Like they are really, really good when it comes to traffic, when it comes to paid strategies. So people often are nervous when they get into paid content, when they paid ads. And it's really because they haven't done it before. Maybe they're trying to do it without a coach, which I do not recommend because you can waste so much time and money. And I don't want you to do that. Work with us. We will help you make sure you get an ROI, make money off of it instead of cost a bunch of money. But yes, you need, when you have your systems dialed in enough that you know that you can actually make sales, that's when you can leverage ads, right? If your systems aren't dialed in, your ads are like flushing money down the toilet, right? If you don't have Okay, horror story time. Okay, I do calls with people all the time. So yes, we have a sales team, but I still do sales calls and talk to people all the time. And sorry, the TikTok is goofy. Um, so I get on calls with people all the time, and a common horror story that I hear is like, oh, well, I wanted to launch my coaching business. I wanted to do this. And so I hired an agency, an ad agency, because I knew I needed ads. Okay. So what was your system? Like, what was the ad running to? Oh, well, my checkout page. What? Like, they had an ad that some legit Facebook ad agency was offered to put up for them, create an ad, and it just led them directly to a checkout page. It wasn't even a sales page. There was no video sales letter. There was none of that at all. And they think that they're magically going to make sales and just sending people to a checkout page. Like, people just want to waste their money. No. So absolutely, you need your systems dialed in. Okay. So compare that to someone who's got, okay, I can generate leads. I can run an ad to a lead generation funnel. I'm giving away a freebie. And now I've got these 3 parallel follow-up funnels and processes in place that are going to make sure they know who I am, that they're checking us out, that they're getting warmed up, and they're booking a call. We're talking, we're getting them qualified and booked to an actual real sales call. Okay. So when things are dialed in, that's when the magic happens. That's when you can have consistent traffic. So step 1 in having consistent sales is having good systems, reliable systems that are going to convert. Once you have your systems dialed in, then you drive traffic into those systems. Facebook ads, fabulous. Yes, content marketing you should be doing on top of, but not exclusively. But yeah, Facebook ads, Meta. I mean, you can do TikTok ads. I've got some friends that use TikTok ads a lot. We're not big on that yet. YouTube ads you can use. But if you want to say, I make $20,000 a month. Okay, great. You need to have that level of traffic every single month. And something that I think a lot of people don't understand is the amount of traffic it truly takes to make these sales. Because a lot of folks would be like, oh yeah, I've got a good following on Instagram. It's like 3,300 people. You're like, okay, so just getting started, huh? Like, I'm glad you don't have 0, that you're above 0. That's great. I got to turn off the comments on TikTok. I can't watch this. The guys are goofy. Okay. So I'm glad that you've got totally thrown off. Okay. Yes. Instagram. So say you have 3,300 people. That's great. I'm glad you don't have 0. But the reality is you might get a sale or 2 from that if you're lucky. Followers are not leads. Followers are a precursor to leads. Okay. Followers means hopefully somebody might opt in and become a lead. So they're not even a lead. A follower is not a lead. And when it comes to actual leads, people who've chosen to opt in with you, then typically in the high ticket space, again, we said this before, but just to refresh, $2,000 and above, kind of general broad category for high ticket. And the only reason I categorize that as high ticket is because of the sales process is all kind of lumped together, that it requires a sales call to close the deal. So it would be considered high ticket. Now, if you are generating leads, honestly, typically 100 leads will get you 1 or 2 high ticket sales. Okay. 1 or 2 leads for high ticket sales. So, or 100 leads to 1 or 2 sales in the high ticket space. How many people here, honest and no judgment, and we love on you, but how have you generated 100 leads for your business? Like opt-ins, not followers, but people who've put their name, email, potentially phone number into a form because they want something that you have. You're very welcome, Brandy. That's what you need. Okay. 100, and not just 100 one time, 100. If your systems are dialed in, can get you 1 or 2 sales. If your systems aren't dialed in, you're still not going to make a sale. Likely, probably. Okay. So instead, okay, you need to be generating those 100 leads weekly, a few times a week, eventually daily, if you really want to start to scale. Okay. That's going to get you the kind of revenue and consistency that you're looking for. If you fail to create consistency in lead flow, in traffic, you're going to fail to have consistent revenue. Okay. Consistent conversions, consistent traffic. Those two things together can equal consistent sales. So if you want $20,000 a month, if you want 30, 50, $100,000 a month, you absolutely need that. No, but I know that's the minimum I should have. What I offer deserves it. Good. I'm glad you're passionate about it. That's so important. Okay. What about lower ticket sales? Do you recommend just tossing it around here and leading up to a high ticket sales down the road? Ooh, good question. I'm glad you asked about that, Kimberly, because I get that question not uncommonly. And it's okay. Well, here's my program. This is what I want to do. It's $3,000 or whatever the program is that they want to do. I'm like, okay, great. And they're like, well, I'm thinking I'm going to start with like a $7 thing and then a $27 thing and then a 50. And then they want to do a ladder, ascension ladder, it's called. Okay. In theory, yes, they absolutely work. However, you need to start with what you're going to be profitable with first. You will not be profitable with the $7 little bump thing at the beginning, entry thing. People do those to just kind of break even or get closer to even on the ad and make the real money in the upsell, in the high ticket later. Okay. If you don't have the high ticket, don't do the low ticket. Okay. Start with your high ticket. Start with the thing that's going to actually get you into profits. Okay. Then, so say you have a $3,000, $29.97. Maybe you started at 15 even because it's low and you're going to bring it up in price, whatever. Start there. Okay. Generate some traffic, because the reality is most people will never generate enough traffic organically to make a sale. Hard truth. That's the reality, folks. Most people will never generate enough traffic organically to make a sale. That means that if you want to make a sale, most people are going to have to use paid traffic. And the chances of you being profitable on a low ticket thing, very slim. Okay. So instead, go right into the high ticket, get profitable with that first. Get that where you need it, and then start building out some of those lower things that you can use in your process. Okay. Then you can work on the different pieces of the ascension ladder. Okay. Mine was thinking around 250 range to start. And all of this is assuming you don't have a massive following. If we had a magic wand, Kimberly, and you're like, poof, I've got 3 million followers on YouTube. Awesome. Throw out that $250 offer and make some money, honey. Like, that's totally fine. Most people don't have that though. And so most people have to be able to afford the traffic. And so you'd want to get minimum of like $1,000, $997 for an offer to be profitable out of the gate with paid traffic. Okay. So I would definitely go up to that range. How much should one offer for free versus offering a promo? My issue has been with potential clients I consult with who aren't ready and just hope that they will be eventually. Hoping I'll give them a deal. Ooh, I'd be interested. That sounds like something that should be call reviewed by a coach. If you were my coaching client, I'd have you put in the recording of your call so that I could figure out what's going on there, because that was an interesting thing. So, okay. So they hope they will eventually. So do they think you're just not going to, I don't even know. Like, that's just a weird, they hope you'll be giving them a deal. So do they not see you as a business owner? Do they not like take you seriously? Like the way that hoping that you'll give them a deal, like they're trying to call your bluff on the price, maybe? I don't know. That's weird. So I don't have that. A posture. What does that tell me? There's a posture issue. And this is something that everyone who's looking to sell needs to get good on, is posture of a sales call. I have done thousands, tens of thousands of phone calls in the 7 years of our business. And I have posture. And I meet with my sales team every single day, and I coach them and I teach them because I'm really, really good at it. right? When someone is not making sense, I'm gonna be like, okay, hold up. This you just said this, and help me understand what's going on here. Like, what's really happening? Being in a position of leadership in the conversation. So in every conversation, there is someone who's following and someone who's leading. The person who's asking the questions is leading. The person who's calling it like they actually see it is leading. There's this weird thing with humans that we like. So say, okay, Brandy, say we're in a sales call situation and I'm thinking you're going to give me a deal. You're thinking I'm thinking that I'm going to give you a deal, but you're not calling me on me thinking that you're going to give me a deal. A postured person is going to call people on what they're all thinking and just say it. Like, okay, so I'm kind of sensing that help me if I'm wrong here, but are you hoping to get like a deal on this or is this like tell me what's going on here? Call it. See what they say. Like posture up. You got to have some cojones in the sales space. And you can do that. I would say I have a fairly feminine energy, but there's some masculineness to it in a way. And yeah, it's just calling it like it is, like not just being polite and not just accepting what people say at surface value, but digging in. Like, okay. You have posture for sure. Thank you, Sean. Someone who's actually been on one of those calls. I appreciate that. So yes, you have to have super high posture. And I mean, there's a lot of factors that can go into somebody not seeing the value or not having the funds or whatever to pull the trigger on an offer. Number one, they truly might not feel the value. If you offer me something that I see no value in, it's not worth 20 bucks. Do I have 20 bucks? Yeah, I got 20 bucks. Am I going to give you 20 bucks? No, I'm not going to give you 20 bucks if I don't see the value worth $20. So if you're running into people who don't see the value in what you're offering, they're always going to say they don't have the money, whether they have the money or not. So that's one thing. Okay. Honestly, Brandy, for you in particular, it's probably a marketing message thing plus a posture thing. For example, I was speaking to a great, wonderful lady earlier today on a call, and she was saying that she was putting together her program, which was about posture, or sorry, about confidence. And she's going to be a confidence coach essentially. And I said, okay, well, that's great. However, confidence is a means to an end. People don't want to be confident. People like by itself. People want to be confident so they can like rock that red dress or get that date or be awesome on a sales call or go live on social media or speak on stage. Like there's an end that they're looking for. So confidence is a means to an end. It's not the end itself. So you got to look at your marketing message and are you selling the means? Like are you being a confidence coach or a transformation coach? Like that's not valuable enough. That people will struggle to see the value in that. Even though you do and even though I know what you mean and it has a potential to be high value, you got to focus on what's the result that people are actually going to get. Okay, what's the end that they're looking for? Okay. I believe they think it's a hobby, but everything about us says that we're completely official. Official office and the whole nine LLC. I guess what stirs the pot is that I'm also a pastor. Oh, so I have to put on my business hat instead of my clergy hat. There is a challenge, and we are a faith-based people, and we tend to attract faith-based people. So we've run into this several times with our clients. Is we pastors, okay, and they have they are pastors in some form, and they're also now starting a coaching business or starting some sort of business that they want to make sales with. Those are two very different spaces. Okay. And there is some nuanced challenges in having those two hats. Okay. Because pastoring is generally free. It's a ministry. It's a gift. And like you're serving God by serving others. Right. And so that is absolutely 100% free. Right. In your coaching space, it needs to be very crystal clear that this is not pastoral. This is coaching. This is a service. And I would keep them very separate. which might not uh, be something intuitive up front, but I would absolutely keep them very, very separate. And I wouldn't lightly cross promote, if you will, so that people are seeing you from very different spaces. So they're seeing you as the coach, or they're seeing you as the pastor, but that you're not crossing over back and forth, because that's where it gets really hard in the pastor space in particular. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, so Brandy, what's your coaching? I'm quite curious now. You have me all involved. Okay, so while Brandy tells me what she's doing, if you have not grabbed our brand new high ticket coaching appointment setters PDF guide, if you are in Facebook, just comment appointment, APPT, the abbreviation, and we'll send that over. If you're in YouTube or LinkedIn, the link's there, so go ahead and click on it. If you're in TikTok, sorry, y'all, you just have to go to the profile and get what's there, because LinkedIn or TikTok is silly like that. But we got some really good stuff there too. And if you're like, this sounds really good, but I'll need some help with this, cool. That's what we do. You can type in info in the chat or in the comments. We'll just talk, see what's going on, see how we can help you out. If that's some freebies, if that's setting you up to take a look at our other stuff, we can do that. Just informational, get to know yous. Okay, Brandy, I actually own a publishing house, but I'm also leaning into life and business coaching now. Ooh, okay. I'd be quite curious, because those are very different things. And this is something that a challenge that people often get into is like, it's business, life, faith coaching. It gets really muddy really fast. And so making sure things are super crystal clear is going to be really important to have people being willing to take out a credit card and purchase. So if you help people publish books, right? If you help people self-publish, or you help people, or you publish for them and you sell them a $5,000 package to help them write and publish their book, right? You can do all kinds of cool stuff, but making sure that it's really crystal clear and high value. And we know, I'm sure it's high value, but the perception, we have to make sure that it's seen as perception. Okay. So, yes, Brandy, Chad, send me a friend request on Facebook if you haven't, so that we can actually talk, or a message in Messenger. Otherwise, all my messages to y'all is going to be stuck in message requests. And if you see my man Levante Lee or Matt following up with any y'all on here, they're my peoples. So it's okay. They have permission. They will get you the appointment setting thing or whatever you've requested. Question. Okay. So Mike says Facebook business page is still restricted. Honestly, you need to work with a coach probably to get that fixed. Someone who's been through this before. It's not an easy process. I think most people who've been around long enough have dealt with it at some point, one or another. But I would definitely say to work with a coach on that, Mike. Question: which social media platform is the easiest to get ads approved and ran? It's specific to your offer, right? So, I mean, Meta, I would just do Meta. However, there are some considerations. If you're doing some of the things that Facebook doesn't allow, you have to work around that, or you got to be very, very careful, or find a different platform. So we've seen people who are in like the network marketing space or something like that. And Facebook has all those rules against network marketing. And so you got to tiptoe a bit on your ads. And so we've seen people crush it over on YouTube ads. Right. Not saying you can't do it on Facebook still, but there are some things. The only time I'd really advise people to go somewhere else or to check out something else to see if it makes sense for them, is if they're in a restricted kind of topic. Okay. If like home defense or some of the things that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get in trouble. Stuff like that, right? You might want to check out other platforms that would make more sense for them. Okay. So great questions. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, James, good to see you on. So, okay. If you haven't, this is your last chance. We're wrapping up. Type in APPT, appointment abbreviation. Yes. And show some love and give me some laughs, shares. There's somebody you know who needs this. Do whatever you just got to do. Okay. Because somebody's going to need this information that you know of. So, but type in appointment to get the brand new high ticket coaching appointment setters guide. This is helping you flush out your process. This is I we totally went over this because we went through kind of sidetracked a bit, but this is having appointment setters saves my mind. Okay. It allows us to have a really well-oiled machine. We have a very dialed in system that is fully optimized. And I could not do that without my man Levante Lee, without Matt, because they're my peoples that help me sort and organize all of our leads and connect with those who are ready for me. So I highly suggest that you check this out. Check it out right now. It might be something that you bookmark and save for later down the road. It might be something that you're ready for now. And if you download it and get it, it's definitely going to be helpful. So you absolutely want that. So type that in. And if you want to just talk and let me know what's going on, we can explore where you need help, what resources make sense, anything. Just type in info in the comments. We will chat. Let me know what's going on, and we'll hook you up with it. All right. So have a blessed Monday. It's the same time every single week. Every week, guys. Mondays at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Pacific time. Yeah, Pacific. Nope, Mountain. 5 Mountain, and then 4 Pacific time. Right. That's what it is. Okay. Okay. So I will see you on there. Follow, like, heart, love, share, whatever you got to do. People need this. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.